Good morning, it's Tuesday, here comes some maths for today. You've got something called 7Q on the dojo, it might be Q7. We've got almost exactly the same thing with ever so slightly different numbers. So we'll run through this one now, I'll show you kind of what to do if you get stuck. Have a go at yours at home. This is the first of today's two maths videos, the other one's going to be about area and perimeter. There might be a little bit of area and perimeter in here as well, just for extra practice. So we'll get started. Let's see what you might find easy and what might be dead hard. This one is kind of easy, but you just got to pop your numbers in. If we've got a square, we only need to give you one side, so let's say it's 7 centimeters. Then you need to calculate area, then you need to calculate perimeter. You can drop whatever number in there you want. If you want to make it more difficult, check your multiplication, put a higher number in. We'll use an easy one because I'm going to get Izzy to help, so it needs to be pretty easy. Izzy, I'm going to draw you a square, or a terrible version of a square. One side's 7, right? If one side's 7 on our square, what are all the sides?
7.
They're all 7. So we can drop these in if it helps. We don't really need to bother, but it might help somebody. Izzy, I need the area, please. We've got 7 as one side, so our area will be? I'm going to ask someone else now, because Izzy's half asleep. It is early, it is 9 o'clock, by the way. We're doing this one early for you. Mr. Dennis, give me the area, please.
49 centimeters.
49, thank you. Mr. Dennis, remind us how we calculate the area.
And we do 7 times 7.
7 times 7 or 7 squared. We've got this side and this side. Getting us 49. Make sure, like Mr. Dennis, you're putting centimetres squared on the end if you're working with centimetres. Pretty straightforward. We'll roll it to the back a little bit and see if Izzy's woken up yet. Izzy! Perimeter. How do we calculate perimeter on square?
Yeah,
Add what?
all of them.
Which numbers?
7.
All the 7s. Well, we can add it if we want, or we can do 4 lots of 7. We've got 7, 7, 7, 7. You can add it, or you can do 4 times 7, which is surely quicker. Izzy, what's that?
28
28. Do I need something at the end? Because if I don't put something at the end, I've got it wrong.
centimeters.
Do I need to put squared on the centimetres? No. Perfect. There we go, we got our first two sorted. You'll have something similar. When you do the rectangle, exactly the same thing, but a rectangle's obviously got 2 long, 2 short sides. Could be 8 and 4. I'm sure you can work it out from there. Next one. I reckon someone will get this wrong. Let's see if we can find out who it will be today. Our cube. I could draw you a cube if it helps. It's got a volume of 8. So the volume is everything inside our cube. Yeah, all of this inside the cube everywhere is a total of 8 centimetres cubed. I need to know the length, the breadth and the height. Or if you prefer, the length, the breadth and the height. I need a measurement there, there and there, and it's got to get me to 8. Noah is looking pretty clever. What do you reckon our measurements could be?
2.
2. Do you want them all to be 2?
Pardon?
Do you want them all to be 2?
Yeah.
2, 2, 2. Let's check Noah. What am I going to do with all of these 2's to get my volume?
Times it.
Okay, so we've got 2 times 2, gets us 4. We times that by our other 2, gets us 8, and we're working in centimetres cubed. Noah, now that's clever. Shall we see if anyone will fall into the trap?
Yeah.
Okay, let's roll it back to the start. Volume is still 8. Length, breadth and height have to multiply to 8. Are there any other numbers we can use? What do you reckon, Lily May?
2, 4 and 1.
2, 4 and 1. Let's have a look. 2, 4, 1. Okay, if I do 2 times 4, I'm obviously going to get 8. Ooh. And if I times that by my 1, I'm going to get 8. And then I'm going to put centimetres cubed. And then I'm going to get the answer wrong. So now I just need someone to work out why.
Oh, wait.
Why doesn't that work?
Because it's a cube.
Because it's a cube. Oh, Lily May, it's a cube. Oh, don't do that at home. Thanks, Lily May. Somebody had to do it. This year it was you. When you're doing your cube, this and this and this, they've got to be the same. We can't have 4, 2, or whatever, and 1, because then it's not a cube, is it? They all have to be the same number. So Mr. Thulis' 2, 2, 2 works perfectly. When you do yours, if it's a cube, get the number the same on all the measurements. On we go. Cuboid, this one's easy. Lily May, as soon as it's a cuboid, the measurements can be anything because it can be any shape it wants to be. as long as it's something a little bit like this. Mrs. Ansbro has just come in as a special guest star on today's video. Is it an emergency?
It was just about a child.
Okay, is it Erin?
Yeah.
Test.
Okay.
Okay. And we're back. That was like a little advert from our sponsors there. So, cuboid can be anything, right? As long as we get to this. Lily May, I need length, breadth, height, all times and together to get me 40. What can we use?
1, 10, and 4.
1, 10, 4. It doesn't even matter if length is the longest bit. It really doesn't matter as long as we've got 1 times 10 is 10 times 4 is 40. This works. Make sure you're using measurements on your answers. Easy. Yesterday, some people found this one a little bit tricky. My triangle has got an area of 20, right? So I'll draw you a triangle. Doesn't matter what shape it is. All I know is in the centre, I've got 20 centimetres squared. I need the length and the breadth. Oh, Coops is looking very excited. Coops, what can I put?
10 and 4.
10 and 4. Right, so working in centimetres, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, to the untrained eye, Coop, this looks wrong. But to the clever person's eye, this looks good. We do 10 times 4, we get 40 centimetres squared. And we're aiming for 20. So, Mr. Mears, can you please explain why you are right?
Because 40 is like the rest of the square, like that. But because it's half, that means half of 40 is 20, and 20
Perfect.
is the right answer.
He's right. 4 times 10 gets us 40. 40 is for all of this bit as well, which we don't want. We have to half it to get the bit we do want, which is 20, because it's a triangle. Coops, you are completely right. We'll do a couple more of those later if you're finding those tricky. I know a couple of people in here got them wrong yesterday. On we go. That one you should be fine with. I'm not going to talk you through it. Really, I'm not. No. That one you should be fine with. I'm not going to talk you through it, but I am going to get Mr. Dennis to give you a little shortcut. I don't mind if you're using times or of. They're the same. Mr. Dennis,
Yeah.
what can we do with that number to make 16 times it quicker? Divide by 100 first, instead of at the end. That is going to be a little bit more faffy than that, unless you're really good at maths, in which case it's pretty much the same. You can do that. Smallest one of those, well, I'd recommend strongly looking carefully, because they all start with 0. They've all got a, oh, that one doesn't. They've all got a point next, and most of them have got 0.2. Oh, that one hasn't. Work through it until you get the smallest one. Work down. 27, 27, 22, 27. Well, should be pretty easy from there what to do. Difference, maybe, I don't know, we might get Lucia Berry in to help us. Lucia Berry, we're at -8. To get all the way from -8 to 0, how many moves do you need? 8. So we've got 8 numbers here. To get from 0 all the way up to 13, how many moves do you need? 13. How will I find total difference? Add them together. Yeah, 8 and 13, which is? Ooh, pressure. Thank you. There you go, you've got one at home, slightly different numbers. We'll do that one because I know some people get these ones wrong. So, Mr. Thulis. Yeah. 5 and -7. We want halfway. What do we do with our numbers?
Yeah, add it and then.
We add it. Right, well, we've got it a slightly difficult way round. So we can do 5 add -7, which gives us
2. No, -2.
-2. Some people might find that tricky. We could rearrange this to -7 add 5, which also gets us -2. Some people might find that easier to look at. Anyway, Mr. Thulis, either way we do it, we're at -2, but I've got to do something with the -2.
Do you divide?
By
2.
2. What is -2 divided by 2? 1. 1 or -1? We're going to half the number. -1. Then have a think, does it look right? Halfway between 5 all the way down to -7 is -1. Looks right? It is right. Add them together, half it. Should be okay. Should be. We'll run through it anyway because these can be a little bit tricky. We got 4. Take away 3/7. Well, first of all, we need to do something with this 4.
Oh.
What are we going to do here, Izzy?
We're gonna put 4 over.
Let's see if it helps us. So now we've got 4 over 1. Take away 3 over 7. It does kind of help. It does kind of help. Izzy, we can't do this yet though. Look. Bottom numbers are different. How can we get them the same?
So times 1 by times 1 by wait, no, what? Times 1 by 14 times 7 by
Why do I need to bother? You're making it more difficult.
Oh.
Leah, what can I do?
7 times 1.
7 times 1. You could times it by 14 and times 7 by 2 and get 14.
Oh, I
You just
thought
make it more
I
difficult.
thought you had to do both of them.
Leah, we times 1 by 7. That'll get us 7 downstairs. What do we have to do up here?
Times it by 7.
Okay, so we got, what's 4 times 7?
28.
We got 28 over 7, and we are going to take away our 3 over 7. Okay, people at home, from this point, that should be dead simple. Okay, I'm sure you can do 28, take 3, leave your answer over 7. Easy. Should we show them how to do it, Izzy? Do you want to redeem yourself by getting this dead right straight away? What do I need to do here?
You need to swap them.
Need to do something.
Put the numbers the other way around.
Which numbers do you want to put the other way around?
So like 5 over. No, what?
Izzy, I'm going somewhere else because otherwise it makes the video way too long. Mia, what do I do?
So you put 2 over 7. And
I've already got 2 over 7, Mia.
no, I mean 7 over 2.
Put 7 over 2. Okay, swap that upside down. I need to do something else.
And then you change the divide that and put it as times.
Yeah?
And then you put 1 over.
Leave 1 over 5 alone. So I flip this upside down and I flip that to a times. Yeah, so I'm making some subtle changes. Izzy, help us out now. We're going straight across. You got 1 times 7?
7.
And then the other bit?
10.
10. This time we do multiply the bottom numbers. Correct. Easy. Easy, as long as you keep track of your points. And that is all of the quick maths. Have a go with yours at home. When you've done that, send a photo either by email or by Dojo. Enjoy. That's video 1 for maths. Bye.
Bye.